Johnny Somali, or by his real life name, Ramsey Khalid Ismail, the most infamous and nuisance streamer who caused a lot of problem within South Korea and Japan in the past, is now currently facing a trial in South Korea, and I'm all for it. And hello there, how's there? I'm Ame Gakita there. So obviously today, random chat, we are going to talk about Johnny Somali, and apparently he is now to be likely face trial and prison time. But at the moment, we are going to take a look at some of the situation that is happening to him over the past few days. And actually more so is that the later update by Legal Mindset or Andrew Sam himself is kind of interesting to the point that I was actually kind of like hoping it is true and that it'll be having a happy ending. Not for Johnny Somali or his name who is kind of long, but in a way let's just call him the idiot. So for the idiot, right, at this point of time, it's really one of the moments that we are all really have to be happy, because from what Legal Mindset did, and Andrew Sun did kind of like highlight in his video, his live stream, to be exact, I was watching it, that he is going to, like, the procedure for that idiot was so fast and so quick that I was kind of sure that some South Korean people understand the meaning of my video back then when I talk about his case. And I say that if you really want to make a living out example out of a nuisance tourist, use him. Basically, if you don't do it, any future case of nuisance streamer or nuisance people coming or nuisance tourists coming to South Korea, they're just going to realize that, oh, they just get punishment, fine a little bit, or maybe a slap on the wrist, whatever they call it, and be done with it. And you deport them, ban them from the country, they'll be fine with it because they did what they want. So if you don't make a living example out of him, you're gonna like regret it in the future. And it's a good thing that now they are doing that, because he is not only just being handed to the prosecutor for the situation, but he is going to face a trial. And often more than not, when you go for a trial, often more than not, it is again very likely to have punishment and facing jail time or imprisonment time, whichever you want to call it. So from the very simple moment of like the investigation by the police and prosecutor, it like individually they can take up to 2 to 4 months. So often more, you can just expect that it'll be like taking a year for the case to be settled. But because there is a Johnny Somali, probably that is that idiot, because it's a, or maybe it's a foreigner, who knows. That's why they are making it a very fast case where apparently the police investigation took 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, I'm not sure, and the prosecutor case apparently take 1 or 2 days, and it was like so fast that if the trial is to be set in 1 day and be sentenced on the same day, I'm all for it. Like seriously, the thing is, right, that idiot didn't know one thing, is that when you go and upload everything into the internet, when he did a live stream on the internet, the thing is, like what Rap Sun said, he's finished. In my video, I would definitely say, finally finished, hopefully. So the thing is, at the end, I really hope that he really understands that this is not really a moment. Like, I would say like a life sentence, yes, please. I personally will hope for that. But the thing is, right, what a lot of people need to understand, we are still not sure what is the outcome yet. And there is also a case of a concurrent or continuous sentence, which basically means that he can face multiple charges at one go, and that despite every charges, he'll be only facing the maximum sentencing. But on the other hand, there's also a chance of the sentencing stacking up, like 10 plus 9 plus how many along the line. So it can stack on, and it became a long life sentencing. So if we go by depending on what what kind of punishment he'll be facing, that's the reason why a lot of online people saying like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 19 years, 29 years along the line. It's because that we do not know. Like, people are just going with like either stacking up the sentencing, or they're going with a maximum sentence. We do not know yet, so hopefully we'll be aware after the sentencing, and that hopefully he'll be facing the full max. When I say full max, just stack them up, seriously. So the thing is, I personally do not accept his apology, even if I'm not. I mean, like, he tried to apologize, he's trying to say that he regret, he remorse, but this is that idiot, alright? That idiot had tried to apologize in Japan multiple times, and the moment he gets slapped in the wrist, just getting a few $1,000 fine, and the first thing he went back to his country, where regrettably a lot of people was mad about as well, and can't do anything as well. The first thing is that he start talking nonsense about Japan. He started messing with Japan in his own live stream. So the thing is, if South Korea really want to prevent this kind of people from going to South Korea, prevent news, if people, the best way is make a living example out of that idiot, make him understand that, or maybe at the same time making sure that any future potential, whatever you want to call it, nuisance tourist streamer or whatever, to not go to South Korea, because you go to South Korea, you mess with the people, you're gonna get the full plan of the force of the law. So hopefully we'll be having further update about his situation from now, and apparently that his sentencing can be very, very heavy if kind of like being charged as guilty. But at the same time, we still have to go, in the eyes of the law, he is still technically innocent until proven guilty. But it kind of like did a lot of things on live stream, so whatever stay in the internet, stay in the internet. Even if YouTube or any other places try to delay it, people are good in or helpful enough to clip those moments, and at the same time, apparently a lot of South Korean people actually report those cases and send it to the police to help the police easily settle the case, because they have evidence, which I think that's one of the reasons why they are able to go with the trial as fast as possible, because they got evidence already. It's a clear-cut case apparently. So the thing is, right, he did a lot of questionable things. Those can be chargeable, and like this face doing something disrespectful to the comfort woman statue, being a nuisance in a convenience store, creating a deepfake video, going around harassing people. The thing is, right, now there are still a lot of people encouraging those people who are annoyed by him or being harassed by him before to step out to report their case, so that they can add on more cases. And right now, it's not really not looking for him, because from what I know about that idiot situation, apparently and take this situation as a heel pins, or with a heel pins also, and show the sword at the screen if you need to, is that from what I do hear from, is that if he do consider guilty for the one charge first, very likely they will be throwing a lot of cases and charges or criminal charge against him, because do take note that the case did highlight that he is finally charged, he is to be go for a trial. And from what I did talk about, is that he'll be facing criminal charges. It's with an S, meaning there is likely to be multiple one. But the thing is, we still do not know like the full extent of how people are going to charge him, because they really can't like release the number of the number of charges, sorry. But the thing is, we still do not know like what are the sentencing, and people still at the same time go and say that he may be facing a maximum charge if he found guilty for the first one, and that the subsequent will be considered guilty as charged as well. That's when my concern is about to happen. So he can be charged all at once, but only facing one maximum sentence, or in what many people will hope for, the punishment, the sentencing all step up, which a lot of people, including I, hope for. So, not saying like South Korea is going to do the whole work of justice or a favor by locking this idiot up in the jail and throw the key away. Like hopefully that's what that's really my hope for this before the end of this year. But the thing is, right, at this point, it's really a moment where this is a moment when people need to understand, you need to respect the culture and respect the people of that country when you're going to visit there as a tourist or as a underwork visa or whatever along the line. But this is really one of the few cases where when you F around too much, you get F out. very, very much. So obviously, if anyone want to know, the one thing I do hope South Korea or any other world as well as Japan to actually follow one simple law that actually apparently in Singapore is a thing. So if anyone do know is that if you do actually become annoyed in Singapore in the public, you can still be arrested and get charged as well because you're causing a nuisance. You're becoming a nuisance a public nuisance to be exact. So I think this would be a good law to be added to many countries to discourage people from doing this kind of things in that country, so that if people do those kind of like disrespectful thing to a religious place or causing or to statue, as well as they're going around harassing people for crowd chasing along moment, then it will be in best interest to arrest them, to let them understand that they will be having a criminal charge under their name and that it will affect their life. So often more than not, I know some people will be saying like, oh man, isn't that a bit harsh? Sometimes some people need a little bit of harsh punishment to let them wake the hell up. But again, that is just basically at the end of the day still my speculative thought. It's just a random chat. How do you guys feel about Johnny Somali going for a trial? Still now we do not know what is the update, so maybe I will give a further update on future random chat. But it's kind of ironic for this kind of situation to finally have a so-called closing, and I hope that this will be the final closing, because if he do face a few years in jail or imprisonment, yeah, that in a way will have a few years of peace. At least that's what I think. But if you disagree or whatever, your opinion, your own take, your own idea, right in the comment section, we can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes makes sense, doesn't make sense, or random at a time, or maybe sometimes you can come to my live stream and chat with me. But if not, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.